Atanatos were a band from Jena in the center of Germany. Formed in 1993, initially under the name Annus Praeter, they found out there was another band under the same name and decided to go for Atanatos instead. In Greek mythology, Thanatos is the god of death, so Atanatos means undying, immortal. And the band picked this name because they were fond of the Greek black metal scene with Rotting Christ, Varatron, Necromancia and so on. After 2 demo tapes, Atanatos recorded a 5-song EP entitled Attack of Heathen Forces in '96 and offered it to record labels. They signed with Last Episode, who arranged the official release in '97. If you listen to them for the first time, you could think, oh, it's another symphonic black metal band following Dimmu Borgir and Emperor and the like, but I don't think that's a suitable description. The keyboards distract a bit from the fact that Atanatos at their core are rather a black metal band with old-school thrash influences. It becomes more obvious in the live shows, for example, when they covered Sodom's Outbreak of Evil. Actually, it's a bit weird that a band with that rough sound should have a keyboarder as a full-time band member. The instrument is adding an extra touch, but doesn't have the same importance that it has for bands usually labeled as symphonic black metal. Atanatos were a live band in the first place anyway. They toured a lot and also played any local show or festival they could get. They sounded alive and real, where other bands of the genre appear to be a bit more sterile and constructed because many of those others started mostly with studio work. Atanatos continued with their first full-length album in '98. The Oath of Revenge was put out by Last Episode again, and a tour with Siebenbürgen and Ragnarok followed. The band consisted of Jan on vocals and guitar, René on the other guitar, Bianca on keyboards, Timur on drums and another Jan on bass. Let's have a look into the contemporary reviews for this second release of Atanatos. I found the whole range from great to average.
A mixture of black and death metal, powerful and mystical. There is no lack of necessary heaviness, but at the same time a lot of feeling. A thoroughly successful album by a young band whose name should definitely be remembered.
The singer is very variable, croaking, grunting, singing and spoken words are balanced. Lyrically, things get pretty dark, although the band seems to make a point of not being satanic or occult. Instrumentally, they are on a high level,
The EP still offered flawless black metal with symphonic fragments, but a new course is set here which suits the band well. They moved away from the good, but somewhat unimaginative, standard black metal and are looking for their own identity.
Black metal just above the middle.
The material simply lacks refreshing ideas. You can listen to the disc as often as you want, somehow none of the songs stick in your memory, despite the good moments, because you keep thinking, from which other band you could have heard something similar before.
In my view, The Oath of Revenge is a good album. Songs like Infernal Dream Quest and Return of the Witch show determination and impressive energy. Sound-wise, the record is lacking a little and it's not as original as the following records would be. When the band tries to be a bit more ambitious, for example in the complex Realm Under the Rising Moon, the musical bits don't fit together so smoothly yet. But the band was obviously working on that. The next album, Devastation the Third Attack, followed just a year after its predecessor, striking the iron while it is hot. This album featured a better production, while the band was showing more traditional metal influences and melodies. The lyrical subjects moved into epic metal territory. While Atanatos still employed the outer appearance and some musical trademarks of the black metal genre, they were not strictly adhering to the usual contents anymore. Legend of Tordark, for example, is a 5-song fantasy concept story. In December 2001, Atanatos started recording their next album, but their label Last Episode got into financial difficulties and closed a little while later. So in 2002, Atanatos had a finished album in their hands, but no label to press it. They had already planned a release show and more gigs to promote the album and decided to play them anyway, even if the record was not available. 4 years passed until Atanatos were finally offered a new deal by Metal Axe Records. Thus the 2002 album Beast Awakening was released heavily delayed in 2006. The promotion letter made the accident sound like a purposeful enterprise.
In 2002, Atanatos parted ways with their label Last Episode, and retired for a longer period of time, in order to collect musical ideas and to process new influences.
Well, in fact, they simply hadn't received paychecks from the old label anymore. Anyway, Beast Awakening was another good album with an extremely brutal Judas Priest cover and own material that takes another step towards thrash, but technically more precise than before and actually a bit more aggressive than the previous album. I have seen other bands softening a bit over the years, but that was not the case with Atanatos. They went on tour in November 2006 with Helheim. However, there was no new deal for further albums in sight afterwards. The band split in 2007, although I'm told they appeared for a final gig in 2011. Simple advice: if you see one of their albums, take it home. It's a band with a solid output that doesn't disappoint. Bye for now.